Baseball has never been short on big personalities, but some players take it to a whole new level. They're not just talented, they're unpredictable, controversial, and downright fascinating. From record-breaking contracts to explosive public outbursts, and from jaw-dropping achievements to complete self-destruction, these players prove that Major League Baseball is as strange and dramatic as it is legendary. Let's dive into the wild world of MLB's most bizarre and unforgettable figures. Trevor Bauer. Trevor Bauer was once one of the most dominant pitchers in baseball. After stints with the Diamondbacks, Indians, and Reds, he signed a massive 3-year, $102 million deal with the Dodgers in 2021, following his Cy Young Award win. But that success didn't last. In 2021, Bauer's career came to a halt when he was accused of assault by a woman who filed a restraining order against him. Soon, more women came forward with similar allegations. Though prosecutors declined to file charges, MLB conducted its own investigation and suspended him for 324 games, the longest non-lifetime suspension under the league's domestic violence policy. Bauer denied the accusations and even sued his accusers for defamation. One of them was later arrested for defrauding him, but the damage was done. The Dodgers released him, and no MLB team has since taken the risk of signing him. He's been pitching in Japan and Mexico, but his once promising MLB career remains in limbo. Manny Machado. Manny Machado is an incredible talent, multiple-time All-Star and Gold Glove winner. He's also been one of baseball's most polarizing figures. Early in his career, he became known not just for his skills, but for his temper. In 2014, he threw his bat toward third base during a heated game, earning a suspension. In 2017, he slid late to second base, spiking Dustin Pedroia and ending the veteran's season. Then came 2018 when he clipped Brewers first baseman Jesus Aguilar's leg during the playoffs, earning him the Dirty Player label. Machado has since cleaned up his act in San Diego, becoming a clubhouse leader for the Padres, but fans still debate whether his intensity is competitiveness or just poor sportsmanship. Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds is both a legend and a cautionary tale. Statistically, he's one of the greatest ever, 762 career home runs, 7 MVP awards, and more All-Star appearances than most can dream of, but his legacy's clouded by steroids. Bonds became the face of the Balco scandal in the early 2000s, accused of using performance-enhancing drugs that inflated his numbers. He was indicted for lying to a grand jury, but always maintained he didn't knowingly use steroids. Despite his achievements, he never got voted into the Hall of Fame. To this day, fans are divided. Was Barry Bonds a baseball genius who got caught up in a corrupt era, or the poster boy for cheating in sports? Wander Franco. Wander Franco was supposed to be the next big thing. Signed at 16, he debuted for the Rays at just 20 and quickly became one of the most exciting young stars. By 2023, he had an 11-year, $182 million contract, a sign of faith in his future. Then, it all fell apart. Allegations surfaced that he was in a relationship with a 14-year-old girl. The case led to formal charges in the Dominican Republic, putting his career on hold indefinitely. Franco remains on MLB's restricted list, and no matter how the legal process ends, it's hard to see a way back for what once looked like a Hall of Fame career in the making. Pete Rose. Pete Rose is the all-time hits leader. 4,256 hits, 17 All-Star selections, and 3 World Series rings. Yet, he's not in the Hall of Fame. Why? Because he bet on baseball, even on games involving his own team. In 1989, the Dowd Report exposed his gambling, and Rose accepted a lifetime ban from baseball. For years, he denied it, until his 2004 autobiography, where he finally admitted the truth. Despite public pleas and petitions for reinstatement, MLB never budged. Rose passed away in 2024, and while fans continue to argue that his playing career deserves Hall of Fame recognition, it's unlikely he'll ever be honored there. Yordano Ventura. Yordano Ventura had the arm of a superstar and the temper of a storm. He could throw over 100 miles per hour and help lead the Royals to a championship in 2015. His fiery attitude often got the best of him. He got into multiple on-field fights, hit batters intentionally, and exchanged words with stars like Mike Trout and Manny Machado. His confrontations made him one of the most talked about and feared pitchers in baseball. Sadly, his story ended in tragedy. In 2017, Ventura died in a car crash in the Dominican Republic at just 25. His death left fans wondering what he could have achieved. He'd had more time to mature. Jarren Duran. Jarren Duran's talent isn't in question. The Red Sox outfielder became an All-Star in 2024 and even won the All-Star Game MVP after a clutch home run. Controversy followed him too. In a 2024 game, Duran was caught using a homophobic slur toward a heckling fan. He apologized and was suspended for 2 games, but the moment stuck. Some fans saw it as a youthful mistake, others as a serious character flaw. He's still playing and performing well, but moments like that show how quickly reputations can change in the modern MLB spotlight. If you're enjoying this deep dive into baseball's wildest personalities, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more breakdowns of MLB's strangest stories. Chase Utley. Chase Utley was a star second baseman for the Phillies and one of the smartest players of his era, but he played with an intensity that sometimes crossed the line. His reputation for hard slides became infamous after the 2015 playoffs when he broke Mets shortstop Ruben Tejada's leg with a late slide. Fans were outraged, and MLB changed its rules on slides because of it, unofficially known as the Chase Utley rule. Utley was respected by teammates and feared by opponents. His aggressive style ensured he'd always be remembered as both a hero and a villain, depending on who you ask. Alex Rodriguez. Alex Rodriguez was meant to be the clean superstar, baseball's next great icon. He had all the tools, power, charisma, and money, but like Bonds, steroids became his undoing. After admitting to using PEDs early in his career, A-Rod's image took another blow in 2013 with the biogenesis scandal. MLB suspended him for 211 games, one of the longest bans ever, yet somehow Rodriguez made a comeback. He returned in 2015, hit his 3,000th hit, and later reinvented himself as a popular broadcaster and businessman. Fans have softened toward him. His Hall of Fame chances are still uncertain because of his tainted past. Albert Bell. Albert Bell was as powerful with the bat as he was volatile off the field. A 5-time All-Star, he became the only player ever to hit 50 homers and 50 doubles in one season. His anger issues defined much of his career. He chased reporters, yelled at fans, and even hit a heckler with a baseball. He was caught using a corked bat, and when the league tried to confiscate it, a teammate literally crawled through the ceiling to steal it back. Bell's numbers were good enough for the Hall of Fame, but his attitude kept him off the ballot early. Fans still remember him as one of the most talented and unpredictable players of the 90s. John Rocker. John Rocker was a hard-throwing closer for the Braves, but his pitching isn't what people remember. In 1999, he gave a shocking interview filled with racist and homophobic comments about New Yorkers. The backlash was immediate. MLB suspended him and fined him heavily. When he returned, fans booed him everywhere, and his performance quickly declined. In 2003, his career was over. Rocker remains one of the most infamous cases of how arrogance and hate can destroy a career almost overnight. Jorge Lopez. Jorge Lopez has always had a short fuse, and it's cost him. In 2024, after being ejected for arguing with umpires, he called the Mets the worst team in the whole MLB during an interview. He later claimed he was calling himself the worst teammate, but the damage was done. He was released the next day. Then in 2025, Lopez hit 2 batters in a row, sparking a bench-clearing brawl. MLB suspended him again, and fans began to question his temperament. He's a talented pitcher, but his fiery attitude keeps making headlines for all the wrong reasons. Rafael Devers. Rafael Devers has been one of Boston's brightest stars for years. Fan favorite and powerhouse hitter, he's earned a massive contract and a solid reputation. Even stars clash with their teams sometimes. In 2025, when the Red Sox signed Alex Bregman, Devers refused to move from third base, forcing management to make him a designated hitter. When injuries later hit the team, they asked him to play first base, and he refused again. The incident split fans and teammates alike. Some defended him for standing his ground, others thought he was putting ego before the team. Time will tell if this rift heals, but it's made Devers one of the most puzzling figures in today's MLB. Baseball's always been more than just stats and records. It's full of larger-than-life personalities, strange controversies, and unforgettable moments. Whether it's Trevor Bauer's fall from grace or Barry Bonds' eternal debate, these players prove that the game's weirdest stories are often the most fascinating. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and stick around for more stories from the wild world of baseball.